Happy Wednesday.
Happy Hump Day.
Yes, Hump Day. Woo! Yes, and we are finally at it and about to leap over it. Thank you for joining us tonight in JT Ladies Lounge. I am Jazz.
And I'm T.
And we have a very interesting topic for you all tonight, and we would love. I can't wait for this conversation. We are we are talking about karma.
Yes.
Right?
Karma is But is it really?
And what is karma?
Right.
I think we all have our different interpretations of what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So, we reviewed a couple articles to see, were we on the right track? Because, like I said, everybody has their own interpretation of what karma is, what it looks like. Good karma, bad karma. Do you even believe in karma?
Right. Have you ever even wished karma on somebody? And, I mean, not judging them.
And it doesn't have to be death. Like, it can be
but,
something petty or,
It's still like a bad thing. And even if you do, you still got to get out your head like, no. Now let me think like that. No, let me think like that. Because I'm a person that believes in karma. I'm sorry. Everybody don't. And if you don't, that's fine. Because some people think that it's just a coincidence that happened. Or you was in the wrong place at the wrong time. Which, you know what? That's understandable. And I can agree too. Mm-hmm. I do. But for me, my personal experiences and just my belief, I do believe that karma is a bitch. And what goes around comes around.
Yes, it does. You don't even have to wish it.
Right.
but so what karma means to me is basically like she just said, what goes around comes around. A lot of people think it's, the universe, and depending on what you believe. If you sow good, you reap good. You know what I'm saying? But what is it when you sow good and you don't reap good? You don't reap any benefits. You don't get any benefits. What kind of, is that karma, or is that just the blow of the wind?
Right. And you're right, because you can't even say that that's karma, because if you know that person's heart and you know they are a good person. No one's perfect, but you know they are a good person. Why so much bad is happening to them? You know what I'm saying? And I know a few people like that. Like your life or what you have gone through and your experiences deserves so much more, so much better. So you start to question, and I've heard, these people say this, what am I doing wrong? What am I doing different?
Or what should I be doing that I'm not doing?
And we as people sometimes say, well, maybe it's the people you're around. You're not placing yourself with the right people. But in my mind, if I know you personally, to me, you are putting yourself around the right people. But then I guess you now got to step forth to do what you need to do.
Work, yeah.
Right. It's not always about you being around the right people and they
suck off their energy.
And they're just bringing all the blessings to you, because you have to step forth too. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, that's not karma. That's not karma to me. Like say you're just in an environment with good people. Now you got to put your foot forward and do what you need to do. And not saying that that they're not. Everybody have their time. That's another thing I believe. Everybody have their time. Their time is coming. It's not meant for their time, and their time will come. So yeah. So all that. No, I'm saying all that is like a belief. Like some people believe, like nah, my time this, my time that. No, but it's not meant.
I think too we place a lot of emphasis on what we think our time should be versus letting God do what He do through you. Mm-hmm. So some of this stuff I do think is karma. I do think that you can do good out in the world, and maybe you don't sow the seeds that you think you should sow, mm-hmm. but you're rich in other ways. You're wealthy in other ways.
Right.
So I think that's karma. I may give all that I have to a person, and I may not have anything that I think I should have. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I may not have a roof over my head, or I may not have a car to drive, but every time I see you, I'm sowing seeds into you regardless of my situation. Mm-hmm. So I'm rich in mind. I'm rich in thought. I'm rich in heart. I may not have the material things to reflect my richness, but it doesn't mean that I'm not doing good and putting good into the universe. And it comes back to you, maybe not in the way that you wanted to.
Exactly.
But as long as you keep, sowing, being a giver, being a faithful servant, it usually works out in his time, not yours. My time is now. I can say my time is now for the next 8 years. And my whole world can go to shit in a handbasket tomorrow. You know what I'm saying?
And if it does,
is that karma?
Right, God forbid, if it does, are you gonna be like, oh, it's karma? What did I do wrong? No.
I was about to say I'm probably gonna look at what seed did I sow that was that bad.
Right. But that's where,
it's not karma.
But that's where it's like that don't mean that bad things can't happen to good people. Everything's not karma. To me, my thing is with karma is no, you don't have to do bad to someone for things that happen bad, but when I know, and that's what I'm saying from my personal experiences, and this is what I'm saying, everybody have their own beliefs. People might believe in karma, people might not. People believe in God, people don't. People believe in Easter Bunny, people don't. So, I mean, you have your own beliefs, and there's no one is right or wrong. And that's one thing we are not about to sit here and say, oh, you don't believe in this, you don't believe in that, you wrong, you wrong. But for me, like I said, when I know I did something harmful or hurtful or intentionally to someone because I felt some type of way, when something happened to me and it backflash, yes, I'm feeling like that's karma.
And I'm thinking when you realize that you put that in the universe and it comes back to you, that's when you know it's karma. Like when you know. But a lot of times, like you and I were just sitting here talking about, a lot of times people don't know. They don't want to admit because they're so set on making their points.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like pride and ego and all those things come into play, and they're so hell bent on getting their point across. They don't see that they're wrong, but when bad things happen to them, it's like they don't understand why. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard for them to step outside of themselves and be like, yo, I should have maybe made that right when I had the opportunity to.
Right.
So it's about, self-reflection. It's about looking in the mirror and being able to make it right within your own life. You know what I'm saying? Within the universe. You can't satisfy everybody. You're going to cuss people out at some point.
Oh, yes, definitely.
You're going to piss somebody off.
Right.
Everything is not going to be perfect, but you have to realize there's ways that you respond to situations that bring on your karma for you.
Right.
Now, what I recently learned is that I can be somebody's karma. Somebody told me that, and I almost was offended. I didn't know what to think. I was like, I can be somebody's karma? Like, I don't want to be nobody's karma. Like just saying, if they are used to handling themselves in a certain way, but then I come along and they still try to handle themselves in that manner, but because of me, they improve or change something.
But you would never know. But that's the thing. Karma to me is not about. It's not for you. It's for the person.
That's what I'm saying.
So
I
you
can be their karma.
Yeah, but you.
When I'm thinking karma, I'm like, I don't want to be nobody's bad luck charm.
But you know what? It might not be a bad luck charm, but it's also a life lesson.
Yeah.
So I get what you're saying.
I think I'm pretty cool on the lesson.
So that's why you gotta eat your Lucky Charms. That's why.
All that sugary goodness.
No, I'm messing with y'all. Just trying to add some fun to the show. But that's why you gotta eat your Lucky Charms.
Yeah, I'm trying to be somebody's lucky charm. You know what I'm saying? I don't want somebody to be like, oh my God, you remind me of my girlfriend at 87 and I hated her then and I hate you now.
But karma is not always a bad thing.
It's not at all.
It's just lessons learned. Because I like I said, I'm not the baddest person in the world. I'm not the most hateful person in the world. But I know I've done and said things to people that shouldn't have been done. No, I ain't out there robbing nobody or killing nobody. No, but some things you be like, I shouldn't have did that.
That you don't feel good about, no matter how much you did in that moment. After that moment passes, you don't feel good about
exactly
what you said or what you did to that person, because maybe that person honestly didn't deserve it, or maybe that person maybe you meant to say exactly what you said, but you just said it out of anger. Right. So your message that you're trying to get across is never received properly because it's communicated out of anger.
Right.
You know, and I was talking to my, gosh, this has been like the whole week I've been talking about life with different friends of mine. Mm-hmm. And I was telling her a lot of people only listen to respond. They don't listen to understand, right? So if you coming to me and it's something important that you need to get across to me, but you're yelling at me in anger, I'm going to automatically feel like I have to retaliate, and I'm not going to receive the message that I may need to receive. Mm-hmm. And the friendship is going to be fractured because now I don't know if I should receive this from you because of the way you brought it to me.
Right. You
know, right. So I'm listening to respond because you can say, Jay, and then I'm missing your complete message because all the heat that you have behind it. So now I feel like I have to defend myself, right? Mm-hmm. But when you know and you let that ride, and then you're in the receiving end, and it does not feel good to you, but you can only think about how you made that person feel when you were committing that act, that's what karma is.
Right.
And it's hard, it's hard out here in this universe because everybody is so sensitive, but then you got a whole bunch of people that are insensitive as well. They're only sensitive when it comes to their feelings. They're not sensitive when it comes to delivering the message. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So what you have to do is not focus on the deliverer. You got to focus on you and what you're going to spew back out of anger, right, or out of hatred. Yeah.
Envy, being, envy, jealous, or, just whatever.
A hater.
Yeah. And that's what it is.
I mean, it comes in all different forms. So, about
share
bad
with
karma,
us.
yeah,
let us know.
I know,
like,
have you ever experienced what you know to be karma?
Why is it saying that karma is a bitch? Why? So we already know what bitch is supposed to be, females or all females. But why karma can't be a man? Like, why I gotta be?
I don't want that. I don't want that man karma. I'm just playing.
Like, nah,
that is interesting. I never.
I know.
It's a good question.
About now. Like, why I gotta be karma's a bitch? Why I can't be like karma's
maybe
a
because
bastard?
hell has karma's a mother. That's another one. You know what I'm saying? People do say that, but I think it's because they say hell has no fury like a woman scorned. Mm-hmm. So I'm thinking they're using us in a bad way when it comes to karma.
Right.
But then also too, I just thought about it. The good thing about karma that represents a woman is Mother Earth, is the nurturing, is the giving.
Right.
So yeah, I just found a good way to think about karma being a bitch.
Which is, but they say goes around, comes around, which I believe that does.
Very much so.
It is.
In some form or another.
Yes, it does.
And this generation or the next. If you were an asshole as a kid, 9 times out of 10, your kid. Yeah. Karma's, it's gonna come for you, But I mean, not just ain't even good. Maybe if you're good as a child, maybe your kid may be, a terror as a child, but as they grow up, they may grow into being a good person. You know what I'm saying? Because it's kind of like a reflection of you,
Right.
So, and I look at my kid, and there are times where I know I frustrate his life, and he knows he frustrates mine, but it's like looking in a little mirror. Mm-hmm. It really is. Because sometimes I'm just like, this isn't funny.
Right, right.
I am sorry to everybody that has to put up with me because I see me now in him, and I'm not saying I'm a bad person, but I know I do some things that, may frustrate you, but it's never out of ill will.
Right.
And it's not because I have a bad heart. It's just because I'm a little strange sometimes.
Right.
Nobody told you.
And like you said, yeah, you're gonna curse people out. I mean, you're gonna curse people out. You're gonna probably
disagreements and arguments and say things you don't mean.
But when you talking about, you wish this person, got in the car and they crashed, and you're talking about you wish this person, lose their job, and you wish that. Now I don't care if you believe in karma or not. That's just not the way to live. I'm sorry. That's just a lot of energy. Way to think. Like, it's a lot of energy.
It's a lot of energy to spend on somebody else's life that you don't have any control over, regardless of what you wish. You don't have any control over that. So now I'm spending my day wondering how many times can I run you over with my car in my head?
Right.
But I can't do it in real life. or I could, but then there's consequences behind that. You know what I'm saying? So I think if you spend all that angry, negative energy into sowing seeds of goodness, into volunteering, into your children, into yourself, into your health, into your upkeep, into your relaxation, if you just sow it into good things, into your church, into your organization, your nonprofit, your book, whatever you got going on, if you just sow all that negative energy that you have into something positive, it'll just be it'll be a trickle down effect. You see what I'm saying? And it'll change the karma that you're stepping into. You know what I'm saying? Because you're stepping in it deep with your bad wishes and your bad thoughts. But when you just change that around, which you can, takes practice, lots of it. But it can be done, and it'll change the outcome of whatever is about to come to you. So that's just my take on karma. So we're wondering what you guys think. Let us know how you feel about karma. Let us know some of the things that maybe you have experienced that you know was direct karma. Or let us know why you don't believe in karma, or why you do believe that things just happen. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter how you treat people and what you say and how you act. Things just happen. If it's going to happen for you, it's going to happen for you. If not, it's not. And I've seen signs of that too. Like, I've seen some really shitty acting people, very successful, maybe lonely, I don't know. Right. But I've seen them acquire more material things. You know what I'm saying? Even though they treat people like shit. You know what I'm saying? Homeless people, just people, period. Just not good people, you know? And they're very successful. They're kind of like reclusive, but they still, they're comfortable in their reclusiveness. And here it is, me working my 9 to 5 and then whatever I'm doing thereafter. And I'm good to people when I give, and I live comfortably, but that's only because I bust my ass. You know what I'm saying? And this person is receiving all these handouts because they're not rich in spirit, but they're rich in material things. So basically, in my mind, they gained the world and lost their soul. You know what I'm saying? And it's a high price to pay for material things while you're here on earth, I think. But what do you feel about those people? When karma didn't come back to them because they, I don't know, was born with the spoon in their mouth, or either, just wiggled their way into the right position at the right time. Right, right. Oh my gosh. So, okay. I don't think I can hold this any longer because I'm just in awe. Y'all, please go to jetsonsradio.com. We are live streaming right now. This has nothing to do with karma, but I'm just so super excited. B is the man, right? We are live streaming on his radio site, on Jetson's radio site, right? It's crazy because we looking at it right now. We didn't mean to, but it happened. So I'm just really excited about that. And I'm happy that he got all that taken care of. Our book is going to be on there. But back to karma. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. I had to do it. Back to karma. So with karma being at, karma is real. What do you do to make sure you're sowing good karma? What do you do to put good vibes in the universe? If you're not a people person, if now you're thinking about karma because we had this show. How do you put good karma out there? What do you do if your karma has been horrible or you haven't even given it any thought because you're one of those things happen type people? Right. It just happened, just coincidence and all that stuff like that. But you know what? We're going to take a quick break. Yes. And we will come back. So let us know your thoughts, and please share your stories, or, what you just feel about karma. Yeah. Or have you ever wished karma on somebody? I mean, we're human. That don't mean that you're a bad person either. Because you maybe said it out of anger. Right. They may hurt you to the point where you just wish whatever on them. Yeah. I've wished. All right, we'll be back. So. All right, y'all. We'll be right back.
shot into it.
Well, what do you want me to do? You want me to figure it out right
No,
now?
no, no, no.
Oh, I was
Just
about to
ask
say,
you.
All right, we are back, guys. Thank you for tuning in again. JT Ladies Lounge on Judson's Radio DC. So, we're talking about karma today. Karma, good karma, bad karma. What is karma? Do you believe in karma? Is there such thing as karma? How do you feel about karma? Let us know, please. Because we have
Karma, look, we say like
karma. We have karma this thing out. We have done it. Okay? We have talked about all kinds of karma. So, we did a little bit of research and we have some ways that you can improve your karma.
Right. And yeah, it's not as research, but it's all. I mean, it's really not research.
I think it is. We looked it up. Sounds like
No,
research
but
to
I'm
me.
saying it's the normal way of living. So
For
that's
us,
what I'm
it
just saying.
is. Everybody ain't like that.
Yeah, but it's still it's the normal way of living. As I say, everybody not like that, but even if again, I'm going back to if you believe in karma or not, it's still a way of living your life. But
It
that's just
improves your
my
life.
opinion.
Yeah.
That's just my opinion for my life.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, when you question, what am I doing wrong, this and this and that, that don't mean you got to go by these steps. Like we say in our book, Woman to Woman, that don't mean you have to go by our steps, but that is the steps that we took to live our lives as sexy women.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
sometimes to prevent certain actions, certain karma, certain, feedback, negative energy, just follow certain things in your life and
try to do better. Read some books. Yeah. Get a few more hugs. Whatever it takes because we live this thing one time. We live it one time and we can make it great or it can totally suck. Right? So I saw this saying on this paper and it stuck out to me so super bold. I almost passed out in the chair because Lord, I could sure not use a repeat of that. But I guess it's some things that I need to address because this is really real to me right now. It says your future is an echo of your past. Who needs that? And that's when I started to question myself like, what kind of karma am I putting out here in the universe to even have that stick out at me? I do not need no echoes of that ever. But it does resurface. If you didn't deal with it then, you will deal with it later. You will deal with that at some point in your life. So these are a couple things that we found that can improve your karma. I can't say change your future because I'm not a crystal ball reader or a psychic or anything of that nature. Right. So these are just a couple things we found, and I want to share them with you. And the first one is accept. It says most people are fighting an inner battle against something you know nothing about. Therefore, you must not judge them. You haven't walked in their shoes. You don't know what they've been through. They might have been abused, faced hardship, or never even been loved. If you judge, then you will be judged. Accept others as they are. That sounds like that came straight out the Bible.
Yes.
It's you gotta. It's good to meet people where they are, and if you can't add to them and you can't receive from them, then maybe you got to reevaluate that situation. If you're always pouring into someone and nobody's pouring back into you, how are you being fed?
Right.
Right? So forgive. The next one is forgive. It says forgiveness relieves you from pain. It takes a great person to forgive. Revenge will harm you. Forgiveness does not mean you are happy with what is done to you. It means you are kind and loving enough to move on.
Yes. Let the church say amen.
Right, right. You
Amen.
will be setting a great example for others. Great things happen to those who forgive. Yup, I agree. Be grateful is the next one. This is so important. Did you eat today? Are you healthy? Do you have shelter?
Yes.
Those who are thankful are happy. Express your gratitude. It will give you inner peace. And one way I express my gratitude is I wake up every morning and I roll over in the fetal position on my knees and I ask God, how can I serve you today?
Yeah.
On my way to take my kid to camp, I tell him, thank you. Thank you for allowing us to sleep peacefully. Thank you for my roof. Thank you for my water. Thank you for my car. Thank you for the new car I see in my future, speaking into existence.
Yes.
You know, just grateful from the get-go. You know what I'm saying? Grateful when I lay down, no matter how my day may go. Just grateful that I lived through it.
And you woke up. This is like you like, I woke up. I woke up.
Like this.
My eyes is open and I see the light. No, it's serious.
It really
No,
is.
it is.
Yeah. And then the next one is reflection. The good and bad you see in others also exist in you. What you see in others is a reflection of yourself. Always look good. Always look for the good in everyone. I agree. You know what? And I just had this conversation with someone that was spewing a whole bunch of ugly today. And I was like, wow, what that reflection look like? You know what I'm saying? And it just made me even, that helped me to stop taking things so personal because that's what you're feeling right now. That's what you're going through. Right. And I'm big enough in my faith and big enough in my walk of self-improvement to understand it. This isn't me and you right here. This is you and you. Right. You know what I'm saying? But I still take some things personal, but I'm learning to stop taking a lot of things personal. Right. You know, so that's just, that's also a big help. Think about who it's coming from before you start getting all in your feelings, because sometimes people can't express themselves. And not only cannot express themselves, nobody wants to admit to another person that this is how they feel about themselves on the inside. Right. So also I have energy. Give love and it comes back to you. The energy you send out always comes back to you. If you radiate happiness and positive energy, then that is what you will receive back. That is why when you're in a good mood, the world seems so beautiful. You're sending out wonderful vibrations. Hashtag vibe high.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I use that.
Yeah. And it's important. Hi, Kat. Thanks for joining us. It's very, very important. Watch what you put out there in the universe. Like I said, the person that was spewing all the negativity and the ugly things, besides it being a self-reflection, that's what you put in the universe. Right. So I'm not going to be the person that's going to give it back to you anymore, because I am that person. But at a point in time in your life, you stop. You know what I'm saying? You're like, wait a minute, what is this about? And where's this going? And how is this helping me grow? Me spewing back what you spew to me isn't helping me grow. It's only furthering watering a bad seed, which is going to produce a negative fruit. Right. I don't like negative fruits. So
nasty fruits, sour fruits,
dead fruit, right. Old fruit, stinky fruit, rotten fruit. I don't like it. So the next one is reaction. If others need help and you give them very little, then one day if you require help, you will receive very little. The way others behave towards you is their karma. The way you respond determines your karma. Where is my highlighter? That is awesome. That should be that's going to be a tattoo somewhere. All right, the next one is chance. By now you must have understood that nothing happens by chance. Right. Everything happens so you can learn. The Buddha said the greatest achievement is selflessness.
Yes. 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 and that
Everything
goes
is
to
a
say
lesson.
everything is not a coincidence. I don't. I mean, it.
I think if I talk about somebody, I put it out in the universe. If I talk about somebody and they appear, like if I'm, just not even bad, just if I'm talking about you and you appear, you call me, and I'm like, oh my God, I was just talking about
right.
you. I don't want to say it's coincidence because
Right.
I was just talking about you.
Right.
I used to think it was coincidence, but
Right.
I mean, I just spoke you, I just put you out in the universe, and here you are calling me or coming over, one of the two.
Right.
So, you have to think about the lessons and what you put out there, you will receive back. And that's just one example.
Right.
On a very small scale. All right, guys. So, in short, here we are. Last page of goodness. All the sugary goodness. It says, love your enemies. Don't seek revenge.
Yes.
Only when everyone is your friend, you have no enemies, do you become powerful. When you have to fight, you are no longer powerful. You always have to look over your shoulder. Wait. Enemies bring worry, friends bring happiness, and most of all, peace. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is that sometimes you cannot tell the difference between your friends and your enemies because wolves come in sheep clothing. It may be a situation where you have dealt with this person for so many years in your life,
Right.
and you just say, that's how she is, that's how they are, and you accept the treatment that they bring to you because you're a friend.
Right.
It's hard. And you don't have to seek revenge towards them, but you do have to eventually learn to put them in their place.
Right.
Distance yourself from them. Don't love them any less. Just love them different.
Right.
Right? So revenge usually inflicts self-damage. When you hate or dislike someone, it creates negativity. Wishing someone well who hurts you allows you to let go of bad energy. You just have to wish them well in your mind and mean it. I would sometimes wish people well so they stop talking to me.
So once you speak it, don't think nothing of it, which is hard sometimes to do too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we'll say something, I apologize, or I forgive you. You can, can you forgive me? But then it's not. Sometimes you do throw and you be like, should I have done that? Should I have apologized? I gave in first. Da, da, da. Again, we do that, but pretty much, I guess, say it, accept it, acknowledge it, and move on. It's not easy, but
necessary.
It could be done, and it's necessary.
Yeah, very necessary.
It really is. It really, really is.
Yep. Okay, the next one is
not easy, and I'm speaking for myself too.
I'm jumping on your boat because it's not. It's not easy, but it is necessary, and it's something that you have to practice.
Right. Yes.
We done grew up a long way.
Yes.
I mean, every now and then, though.
Yes. Yeah. Right.
Okay. Anyone who has hurt you will receive their karma. Amen again, church. All right? You don't have to do anything other than forgiving. That's all you got to do is forgive them. Oh my God, that hurt people so bad when they know they've done you wrong, and then you still look at them in their face and still be just as excited to see them like nothing ever happened. But then you go your own way and you wish them well and think nothing else of them. Oh, it kills them. It kills them. I got good practice in that.
Right. But that's where that karma comes back in, where you be like, where you can say a lesson learned. That's why karma is not always
coincidence,
a bad thing,
or a bad thing. Yeah,
it's not, because it's like, okay, I did this to this person, they accepted me back with open arms. I went through the same thing I put this person through. I went through it, so lesson learned. Don't do that again. Don't react that way. Don't hurt this person like that. Or, don't seek revenge on people. You know what I'm saying? Don't wish nothing upon other people because, someone accepted you back in a way that you reacted, in a way that you knew you shouldn't have.
Right, I agree.
So it's the same, yeah. I agree. So karma is not always a bad thing. It's a lesson. It can be a lesson learned.
Yeah. It's the gift that keeps on giving sometimes.
Right.
Do not seek revenge. Did I say that already?
Yeah.
You only hurt yourself and others around you. Allow the universe to use its infinite powers to help you. I ain't say that part. No one can harm you when your intentions are pure. Amen.
Yeah, no, that's
Again.
definitely true. Yes.
Again. And I think that's why.
And that's when you know your heart.
I've always had a lot of situations where a lot of people have attacked me in a negative way.
Mm-hmm.
But because my reaction was not what they were reaching for,
Mm-hmm.
I knew I was at peace in my heart with whatever brought them to their anger.
Right.
I was at peace with it, and I knew that I had done all I could do to make a bad situation good.
Mm-hmm.
But you still wanted to add fuel on that fire, and I no longer felt like participating.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the less I participate, the more angry they get. That's no longer me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm no longer involved in that. Now you done drove yourself crazy because I choose to focus my energy on more positive things. You know what I'm saying? Whether that's whatever. Washing clothes. You know, that's my favorite. I could be thinking about that. You know what I'm saying? Just choose to think about something that's more productive than standing here holding an argument that we're not going to come to an agreement with because it's no longer a discussion. It's an argument now. You're speaking to be heard. I'm responding to be heard. That's how that goes. So, basically, guys, before we end our show, we just want to say destroy your enemies, make them your friends. Frenemies. Yes. Be kind to those who are unkind and angry. They need it most. Hugs.
We all need love. And that's pretty much, we all
no matter how hardcore we all try to be.
Yeah. We all need love.
Yes. We do. And we love you. And we want to thank you. Oh, before we go. Wait, I said before we go, friend, go ahead. Go.
Okay. Okay, before we go, we got 2 announcements, but really one, which we already said. But you can now tune in on jetsonsradio.com.
Yes.
To purchase Woman to Woman.
Our digital copy of Woman to Woman.
Purchase it.
Yes.
If you don't want to sit and wait for the hard copy to come in the mail and do all that shipping and handling, you can just go on jetsonsradio.com, swipe, and you'll have it in minutes.
Yes, and we love it. We are so excited about this.
jetsonsradio.com, and not just for us, not just for, Jazz and our stuff that we have going on there, but the rest of the Jetsons Radio family.
Yes.
You have unsigned artists, music. You can buy their music. You can also have your music played on there 24/7, 365 days of the year.
Yes,
so you can also, you can shop. Like I said, you can buy other artists' music, and you can also buy this.
Yeah.
So make sure you hit jetsonsradio.com and see what we are about and just meet the family.
Yes.
Because there's more to us than just us.
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much, B. Thank you so much. You've been working very, very hard out there in Cali. We've been checking you out. Kind of jealous because you got beaches and stuff around and beautiful, beautiful trees and people. So congratulations on your accomplishment. You work very hard. You deserve everything that's coming to you. Thank you for allowing us to be a part of Jetsons Radio. Yes. Yeah, Jet Life family. Yes. Thank you so much. And then we also have coming up, we're going to keep reminding, even though we post, but we're going to keep reminding. We also have the October 26th event from Purpose, Pain to Purpose. Also, you can go on Eventbrite if you click on the link on Jazz and our page. Even Stephanie, she's been sharing it. You can still purchase tickets. I believe 12 tickets was available. That will be an amazing event too. October 27th, 3 to 5. Tickets are $20, and you will have 4 amazing women that will just speak life into you, paint a purpose. We now have a purpose in life. We always had a purpose, but you have to find your purpose. You have to go through the pain sometimes.
Yes. So tune in for that. Continue to, follow our page and click on the link. And again, make sure you tune into jetsonsradio.com and see what we are all about.
All right, guys. We will talk to you Sunday. Bye.